Hey guys, today we're going to be breaking down what I think is going to be the next big thing in MMA, and you can hold me to it. Anyways, let's get into it. My name's Connor, and today we're going to be going over the front snap kick. You may have been throwing push kicks in the past, which is kind of similar to this, but we're going to be breaking it down and throwing it a little bit differently. This is traditional karate. This is traditional martial arts, something that a lot of modern martial artists don't really think about or throw, but I'm telling you, it's going to be the kick of 2023. It's coming out. It's coming out hot like the calf kick back a couple of years ago. So first off, what to understand with this kick is the type of kick that we're trying to throw. So usually when people are throwing their front kicks, I put the category of front kicks of any straight kick that's going to be going down the middle, whether it's push or the snap, which is what we're breaking down today. All right, when we're thinking about the snap kick, we're not going to be utilizing as much of our hips into the actual kick. When people throw push kicks, they have to utilize quite a bit of hip to drive their opponent away. For us, what we're going to be doing is using the balls of our feet to dig underneath the muscles into the ribs, wherever it's hitting, underneath the jaw, and really try to penetrate in with more of a snap kick. So first thing to understand is foot position when we're throwing this. All right, I'm an orthodox fighter, so my right foot is going to be in the back. When I'm throwing this kick, I need to make sure that the ball of my foot is really engaged. And a simple way to do this, and I learned this from Taekwondo guys as well as in my karate experience, but you turn your back foot through as if you're ready in a runner stance. And from this position, you should be able to strike the mat, all right, and not smash your toes at all. And that's the exact same foot posture that we're going to maintain when we throw this kick. So really make sure that you get comfortable with that. A lot of the guys that I've taught in the past have sort of thrown their front kicks very flat-footed, and it's a good way to smash your toes against elbows or anything at all, right? We really want that ball of the foot to be really protruding, just like this. So you can see how I can kind of push it forward. And we're going to be landing it all on the ball right there. So get really comfortable with that. Even just another simple way to warm up is you walk around on the balls of your feet, right, or your tippy toes, and just get comfortable in that position where you can actually hold that posture to your foot. So super simple way to do that. Even with your lead leg, right, don't do it right from the front. Well, I guess you could too, but take it behind you where you can really get some impact out of it, right? Like you're a bull getting ready to run. The next thing that's really important to understand when it comes to snap kicks is the chambering of the kick, right? When I'm throwing my rear snap kick, there's going to be basically 4 steps to the actual kick, and we really need to engage our leg during every single one of those. There's the chamber where my foot pulls up and I'm pointing my knee at my target. Right, so if my knee wants to hit their belly, I need to point my knee directly at their belly. If I want to hit underneath their chin, I want to point my knee up underneath their chin. Right, so I do this really tight chamber where I'm pulling my heel into my butt, and my foot already has that balled position where I'm really trying to push my toes upward to get this, just like we just talked about. So I chamber. All right, I'm going to snap that kick fully open, fully extending it, and again, driving the ball of the foot forward or up into them. Right, I'm going to fully retract, right, pulling it back into my butt, and then I put it down. So for all of the kicks that I kind of teach, we go through that process every single time. We chamber, right, we attack, we snap, we rechamber, we bring it back down. And the more that you can do this without having to utilize leaning back and throwing the kick up, the better. You want to try to mask it as much as you possibly can, where I can just throw it right from underneath me without my upper body telegraphing anything. So again, I chamber. It's sort of spring loading the front part of my leg to want to swing open into that actual kick. If you pull it up loosely, you're going to end up having to utilize your hips to drive that kick forward or into them. So instead, we chamber, we snap, we rechamber, really important, and then we put it back down. And that knee is basically our scope. Whatever I want to be striking, whether it's my opponent's thigh, whether it's their belly, right, or whether it's their chin, right, I want to be pointing my knee up to where we're going to be attacking. The same thing goes for the lead snap kick, and we can hit this kick in the exact same way. All right, I'm going to chamber up into my body, already with that great foot posture, ready to attack. I'm going to fully extend, boom, right, fully retract, and then put it back down. All right, and look at all the control to my body when I'm doing this. even just when practicing. So when it's ready to go, I can really go through all of those motions. And you'll find that when you land this kick, it's a little bit meaner than it would a push kick would be. Push kick sort of drives somebody away. It creates a lot of really good space. This one is going to hurt them, right? It's going to dig underneath the ribs, hit the stomach, hit the liver, hit the spleen, right? Smack into the thighs, knock him out when it comes underneath the chin. So a simple way to land this kick and set it up when you're first just learning it, it's a very linear strike, right? And just like I was saying, we don't need to utilize our hips as much as we would in a lot of other kicking strikes. So since this is a more linear kick, a simple way to learn and practice it is to take yourself into this position first, right? Most of the time in our fighting stances, our back foot is pointed out, which is completely normal. For throwing this kick, we want to get into more of a traditional front stance if we want to land it perfectly. This is why Lyoto Machida landed it so perfectly against Randy Couture all those years back, right? He's in this stance, and it's so hard to read where that kick is going to be going when he throws it. So, right, you can turn your foot first. This is a little bit of telegraph, but as you get better at it, right, you won't be as like obvious, like going, I'm going to kick you. Right? You turn the back foot so you feel this really like obvious and strong front stance. I'm ready to sprint forward. And from this position, you go through the entire chamber and kick motion. Vice versa for my lead, I don't want to telegraph anything at all. Right from the front, I want to be able to raise it up and snap it. Right? Again, chambering, snapping, rechambering, and putting back down exactly where it was. This style of kick really sets us up for doing a lot more punching off of our kicks as well, right? I have a lot more control of where I'm going to be putting it down afterwards. I'm not utilizing too much turn from my body, so I'm ready to punch with really anything I want off of this. I can snap and land forward with my jabs, my crosses, my hooks, right? Other kicks, right? I can pretty much throw anything off of that motion. Vice versa, when it comes to the right, I have a lot of control for punching off of my kicks. Even if I wanted to land it forward, right, again, I have lots of control of where I'm putting that foot down afterwards. I don't have to just throw it as an individual strike. It really seamlessly flows into every combination I want to do. And make sure you watch for part 2 of this video where we're going to be breaking down all the different combinations that we can throw this kick in.
I know, right? Well, those karate guys do it. They'll do it from that close, which is
Crazy.
Yeah, like Jean-Yves was in dirty boxing like this, and he was hitting. I know, it's so weird because they're not allowed to strike the legs, right? So and they don't throw knees. So what do? Like they throw punches. Like, oh, sorry, like that's something else. Funny, it's like a dig though, right?
Yeah.
It's like a liver punch. Like
It literally feels like you're like bouncing with pads up.
I know. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you watch part 2 of this video, and I'm gonna do a part 3, breaking down drills that we can do for this and ways that we can counter with it as well. So make sure you check those out. Leave a comment for other things that you'd like to see me break down or other concepts or ideas. Really love seeing every comment. Like and subscribe.